once again, you know, I want to give all praises to the Most High. Yehawa Basha Miyashai, Bahara Krakadasha, Yehawa Yawashai. Alright, these the bathroom Trinidad camp. I want to say, I know the one I say the others are great mention not real well, and salutation to the brothers that pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Alright, let's see, let's do a video. You know, quickly listen. Something, you know, just observing. I'm just really observing. Right, these really I want to talk about, you know, well, when I really check, when I observe Passover, right? When I observe Passover, right? When I really observe Passover, right? Passover is like again, keeping the Lord feast. You know, that's when we fled out of Egypt, right? During Exodus. That's the beginning of Passover. For us, you know, that it always symbolizes a memorial, you know, to remind us, hey, we did this to come out of Egypt, and we make haste coming out of Egypt. Right? That's the Lord feast. You know? So the plagues and all that pass over us. You understand? For we to get out of Egypt. Right? And you know, hey, we in more than the Egypt. Because the scripture say, you know, where Egypt is just a son and also place of bondage, house of bondage. Right? So these John John 8. I start from I get to the point, yes. John 8:11, he say, let's concern the woman, right? I start from John 8. I start from John 8 verse 3. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman, right? Let's start from one, Salachya. Yahushua went unto the Mount of Olives, John 8:1, right? And early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. He said, and the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. Right? But Yahushua stooped down, and with his fingers wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continue asking him, right, he lifted up himself and said unto him, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and a woman standing in the midst. When Yahushua had lifted up himself, and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those that accuse us? Had no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. He said, Go and sin no more. Right? He said, Go and sin no more. Now, when they say, you know, in the Passover, right now here we're rehearsing the righteous like according to Judges, you know, 5:11, we're trying to get everything perfect. Right? And like, the whole year, right, is like in school. You know, you're learning, you're applying. Right? This is what we do. We're doing this. But we life here. Right? I'm gonna get that. These James 1 verse 22. He said, be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in the glass. Right? So, hey, we don't be a hearer of the word but a doer. So as you hear and you read and you learn, you're applying also. Right? That's using that part of using the righteous acts, right? Being unto a perfect man. Right? That is say be therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Right? So we're trying to get it right, but we have to start out ourselves. So all through the year, you know what? We going through, you know, we enduring, we're going through the battles, the challenges, as we understand in scriptures, we have to face and deal with things we have to do, especially according to the law, keep the law right, certain things, we pass aside because we become a new man, right? Every man in Mashiach, is a new creature, right? So we become a new creature now and walking in that newness of life, right? Not like the old man. So now, right, let's begin with ourselves. So now, right, all through the year, you're going through, and like an exam, like a school, right? School syllabus, we learning, we teaching, we doing, right? And then now, what will come? The exam. The exam does come to see what if you don't understand where you was learning, right? To see if you understand, ready to pass what you was learning. So now, the Passover, like the exam, because the Passover now we was fleeing, right? The Passover was to leave Egypt, to prepare to leave Egypt. That we was doing, preparing to leave Egypt, getting everything and gathering everything according to the scriptures, right? So when the Passover here now, brothers go call and say, hey, Salachya, if I offend you, Salachya, right? And when they really say Salachya and they say forgive me, right? When you say you're asking for forgiveness, right? Is what? When you really ask for forgiveness now, that way I shall tell she go and sin no more. So when you ask for forgiveness now, then you ought to change what you do because you have to know what you did in order to ask for forgiveness. So when you ask for forgiveness, the brother should tell you, hey, what you did to trespass him or offend him, or what you either you know or you don't know, and you ask him if I do anything, and he's supposed to be a man, he's supposed to tell you as it is, right? Or you would know if either you and his brother fall out for whatever reason, you would know what either you did, and you say Salachya now, but you say that Salachya sincerely, right? So hey, I did this to offend him, and that was really wrong. Because if you didn't do nothing wrong, what you really going to be saying Salachya for if you didn't do anything wrong? You understand? So, you say that Salachya now with sincereness now, boy, with all sincerity. Hey, I offend you, boy. I'm really sorry. Same way with the Lord and us. Because, Israel married unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? The Lord married unto us. So, same way we offend him, we cheated on him with these other nations. You understand? We went a whoring after these other gods, right? But he taking us back, but we keep cleansing us. We be preparing ourselves. He give us chance. He giving us that time to prepare ourselves, to get ourselves ready according to Revelation 19, right? To dress, to get our garments clean, right? So, same way with us and brothers, right? You offend a brother, hey, Salachya, and you know when you say that Salachya, what you're not doing again to offend him. Making sure you understand what you did, so that you won't do it again to offend him again. That same act don't ever be committed, because what the scripture say, if we sin willingly after that we have received the knowledge, you understand? There remaineth no more sacrifices for sin. Roughly paraphrasing, right? And yeah. So what you do? You say Salachya, but you don't say Salachya for the Salachya's sake, for saying its sake. Because that what men does do. And do the same thing and offend the same way. Then they're not really sorry. They don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand what they're really saying. They don't understand what it's about. You understand? They don't understand the deepness of this. Right? So when you say that Salachya, and you say, forgive me. Salachya, forgive me, brother. You're making sure you don't do that again. To offend that brother again. You understand? And let it be by something else. If it had to be so. But you're really trying not to offend. That is we walk here, That is we walk here. That part of you walk here. Not to offend. You understand? Not to offend, to be perfect as the Lord. You understand? But the scripture says, in many things we offend all. In words and deeds. Right? But especially towards the brother, you're trying not to offend your brother. You understand how you go offend your brother? By things that are doing things contrary to the word, the scriptures. You understand? And things that will offend him, you know what he stands for, your brother, you're supposed to know your brothers. Right? So if you do something offensive unto him, and you say, but ask, Salachya about that. You won't do it no more. Same with the Lord. You understand that way scripture said, do everything as unto the Lord, So when you do it unto your brother, like you do it unto yourself, you don't want nobody to treat you like this, so you won't treat them like that. Right? So when you say that Salachya, Lord, say your husband, hey, I ain't doing this no more. You understand? When you say that Salachya, you ain't doing it no more. You're not going to do it again. Right? But if you're saying Salachya and you do the same thing again, or you're just living your life the same way, you make no changes, then what you're really saying Salachya for? Then is that Salachya really sincere? When you're going to be the same way, you're not changing nothing, you just say Salachya because you're writing to say and it's Passover coming up. You understand? You just say, alright, Salachya. But you really don't mean that because you're going to live the same way. You're not trying to make up with your brother. You're not trying to give back good with your brother. You understand? You're not trying to do that. You're not trying to be back in your brother's grace. You're not trying to do that. So then what you're really saying Salachya for? That Salachya is not sincere. You know? So you have to be mindful of what you're doing. Because this Passover is we exam to see if you're ready to leave this place. Because that's what we was doing for the Passover. I was getting ready to leave Egypt. And here it's anonymous to Egypt. So you know, you're getting ready to leave here for this Passover. So you have to understand now that, hey, it's to leave here. You preparing yourself, whole year past. Let me see now if you're ready to leave this place. You understand? Let me get that precept here. What you say, boy? Ashamed before his coming, yes? Before his coming. John 1, 1 John 2:28, right? He say, and now little children abide in him, right? That when he shall appear, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. You understand? We won't be ashamed, we'll be ready, we will be ready. Right? Revelation 19. I think it's 19. Which one, boy? Revelation. Omnipotent. Revelation 19, verse 6. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. You understand? And to her was granted that she may be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints. Right? By saying, you know, hey, she had made herself ready. Israel made herself ready. You understand? That what we here for? We trying to get ready. And now going back to Judges 5:11, you know, rehearsing the righteous acts. You understand? Rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, in the places of drawing water, and you know what? That what the Passover was, to be delivered from that destruction. You understand? From that destruction, right? There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. You understand? Even towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel, right? So, you know what? Hey, you're rehearsing the righteous act, right? You're making yourself, you're preparing yourself, you're getting yourself ready. You're by rehearsing the righteous acts towards the brother, especially that why they here. You understand? You can't do it that is and that is doing yourself, showing yourself worthy towards the Abba Hashem and Shai. You understand? Because scripture say, how you can hate your brother, right? How you can love the Most High who you never see, but hate your brother who you see. Right? That's impossible. So if you can't get right with your brother, you think you're ready to go and meet the Lord? You think you're ready? And that was sometimes people that be blind to that. You know, you just say Salachya, yeah, Salachya, but yet you're still offending the same exact thing. You ain't gonna change it towards, you ain't gonna change that towards your brother for offending him. You know? That's why you say, you say, but there's a living sacrifice. You understand? You have to forget yourself. That pride, it can never go before the Most High. Pride go before a fool. Right? Lord hate pride, don't deal with pride. So you know what? That's why you always say the low, roughly paraphrasing, you go exalt the lowly. Right? The meek will inherit the earth. There's all these things for that, you know. The low will be exalted in due time. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So it's humility, you humble yourself. Hey, you know what, really? And it's about forgetting yourself for your brother's sake. You understand? Like Yahushua, he showed the example. He gave his life for us. He gave his life for us. Right? And likewise, we ought to do the same thing. You don't have to kill yourself, you know, but use wisdom. You give your life. Why is giving your life? Hey, what Paul say, boy? Paul say, if meat make my brother to offend in this world, you understand? If meat make your brother to offend, he would eat no meat while this world yet standeth. You understand? So it's like forgetting yourself. Himself is to please your brother. You're just abandoning yourself. Like Yahushua just give his life. Same way you giving your life. You understand? You're putting aside yourself to please your brother, to please your brethren. Oh yeah, the Lord say, he doesn't want to be a master among you, let him become a servant. You understand? He could be a servant to serve them, the same way the Lord to serve us. You know? That was the perfect examples what the Lord gave and did. You know? So when you say the Salachya, really mean it. When you say the Salachya towards your brethren, it's right to the Lord, really mean it. You know, you understand what you're doing. You know, hey, I won't do it no more to offend you. You understand? You won't do it no more. You have to love your brother, you have to love the Lord. You can't love the Lord without loving your brother. Who you never see. How you can love the Lord you never see and hate your brother? You know? Let us Salachya be sincere. You understand? Let us Salachya be sincere, entire and true. You know? Because the Lord say, what? He will know you, you know. Before he know you. He know what light on every man. So I didn't know who brothers trying to deceive, but hey, come when you check the scriptures, right? When you take that Passover, and what the scriptures say, right? The Passover was when the spirit come, destruction was coming, you know, to kill Egypt, the Egyptians, right? We put the blood of the lamb over the doorpost, the lintel post, right? That the spirit will see and pass over us, and we will come to get out. So when here now, right? That sincerity, that you're saying that's like sincerity, and you're trying to really, you know, not to offend any brother, is to get out, right? And when you check it, when you not doing that sincerely, what the scripture say in Corinthians, he say if any man eat it, right? Not Corinthians, so I will like Corinthians, but it's that one when you're talking about concerning the Passover, if any man eat it, this bread or drink it, this wine unworthily, right? Unworthy of the Lord, eat it and drink it damnation to himself. You understand? You're doing this unto damnation unto yourself. If you're not the same way you're doing, because you're saying it and you're doing the same thing over and over, the same trespasses. You understand? Now we understand nobody will get it perfect. Because you know what? We under the curses the same way. But go hard them who go and get it perfect. Because what John say, I think he say, and now was the time when the Father seeketh such to worship him. You understand? Did that worship the Father must worship him in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. You understand? It could be done. You understand? It could be done. Being perfect could be done. Right? Same way Mashiach say, hey, you know, you think I thought negative, I think I sin. You do the act. Same way you think something good, you do it already. Also. Right? So we have to be mindful, hey, this Passover coming up here, is something real serious. Do that say Salachya, and you know, you're going to live the same way. You're going to live the same way. But you're saying Salachya, but you're not going to change, you're not going to try to compromise. You understand? Bend down your serve your brethren. Really and truly, you're not putting aside yourself. Serve your brethren if you're saying Salachya. You know? So yeah, you know, when I give all praises to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahar Kadash Shal Yahweh Yahushai, right? Double honors to the elders of great men. So natural and salutation to the brothers, pushing us with truth and sincerity. Shalom.